The following program is brought to you by Blood, Sweat, Tears, and listeners like you. To support this show and all of the shows within Twib Nation, consider becoming a subscriber of our pay service, The Twibularity, at twib.me/subscribe. That's twib.me/subscribe. Or you can give a one-time donation at donate.twib.me. That's donate.twib.me. We've all learned how important media is and who tells our stories. Help us be the media that you want to hear and that the media is afraid to hear. It's kind of hard to listen to yourself become irrelevant.
This is Twib Nation.
Hello, today is Monday, January 30th, 2017, and on today's Twib Prime, everything's fine. Yeah. Yep, there's really basically don't even have anything to talk about. The world's definitely not on fire. All that and more with Team Blackness on today's Twib Prime.
So from now on, whenever you hear these horns, just know you are now entering the blackness. Collard greens, cornbread, and the catfish. Malcolm X and Dr. King with a blackfish. We are live, son. This is blackness. You are now entering the blackness. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, and the classics. Real love, the opposite of ratchet. We are live, son. This is blackness.
What is going on, people? We are back. This is This Week in Blackness Prime. I'm your host, Elon James White. With me, as per usual, is Team Blackness, consisting of... She is the host of Next Big Thing with Courtney and Dara. She is the... Docket Trap Queen. I'm sorry. I'm tired. And it's Dara. Hey, Dara. I realized halfway through it, I didn't even have the energy to go through the whole thing. Hi, Dara.
Hello.
Why don't you look as excited as I am?
I wore this shirt so that my face didn't have to do any work.
That doesn't... What?
Look how excited my shirt is.
That's
creative.
You do realize that's madness, right?
Nope.
It's your shirt. Okay.
It makes perfect sense.
Well, I accept what you're saying, and I accept you. I accept you.
Good.
And I feel like you might have thrown some bows if I said I didn't accept you.
Yes.
But could we?
It's a strong feeling, and you should go with it.
We have to have peace, Dara, between us. We can't have this be. The world is imploding out there. Like I can't fight with you. Like I don't even have the energy. Like I want to troll you right now, and I'm tired. I can't troll you.
I'm not fighting. I'm just sitting here on a wonderful shirt that is dedicated to a YouTube series I love very much, and that's it.
And Brent, you're here, right?
I think so.
Okay, good.
I think
Excellent.
so.
Just making sure. I just listen. I don't know. Sometimes I just swing in and just make sure that Brent is actually at the production desk. Amber is caught up in all types of traffic. Travel nonsense, which is kind of funny because of what's happening. We do this Monday through Thursday. We have a docket full of shenanigans. Actually, no, we don't. We have a docket full of just pure bullshit. That's I wanna be like no, and this no. I don't have a lot. There's I know of one good a piece of good news, so I'll save that, Dara.
You have good news?
I have good news. There is a piece of good news that I saw. A lot of it's not good news.
That's really something.
But I found it. I found good news.
I went on a whole diatribe on Twitter yesterday about not begrudging other people their joy, and you have to find it for yourself because punching Nazis takes energy and joy gives you energy. And then I woke up and I was like, man, to hell with that girl. I'm tired. It was the best of times and the worst of times. It wasn't so much the best of times, but it was all right. And then it was also very, very bad. I'm starting a new class because I'm going to work on a new solo performance project. And the class was so great, and people were in there, and we were in a cultural center that's not a mosque, but is not facing Mecca, so it's not allowed to be a mosque, but it's a Muslim cultural center. And it was beautiful, and everybody there was so nice and kind to each other, and the sun was out and it was warm and amazing. And then my phone turned itself off, which I hadn't realized. And by the time I got back to my apartment and the phone turned itself back on and I finally had access to the internet again, all those good feelings just went right away.
I do a new thing that's terrible. Well, not new thing, but it's something I'm doing. As folks who listen to the show and watch the show know, both Dara and I have a bit of an issue with sleep. It's not something that we get easily.
Nope.
And so what I have been doing, especially, so I don't sleep well, and then my baby don't care about my life. And just like, even though she doesn't hate me no more, that, which is nice, because she hated me for a while. And so now she's turned back, and now she's like, no, I love you again. I mean, you're not quite mommy, but I love you. Like we've made a deal with that. But what happens is, like, if she wakes up or something like that, and I'm awake, I'm like, oh, all right, whatever. And I'll open up my phone, and especially if she does like the 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning thing here, that the East Coast is up. So you're getting full on news stuff is happening. And I've started to insomnia news read, which is the worst thing because it creates more insomnia because you're reading the news, which is not helping your insomnia. No. And so that's what I've been doing, and it's the worst thing ever because I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, what's happening? Oh, let me just look at this. Oh, come on, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Seriously? And then I'll start cussing, like just because I don't have control over it, and then I'm like, why am I cursing and just like gritting my teeth? Like I should be going to bed. I should go back to bed, but now I'm up and I'm at him and I'm and arg, and I had to stop drinking, Dara. Actually, that's not true. I lied to you. I stopped drinking for a day and a half. It was very deep. And what I did was, it's not that I stopped drinking. It's that I stopped drinking my feelings away. If that makes sense to you. Because for a good 5 to 6 days, I was drinking my feelings away. And then at some point I was just like, all right, this is expensive. It wasn't even so much I think I was really upset about the idea of drinking my feelings away. It was just like, I keep buying liquor, and then the liquor disappears. And then I buy more liquor, and then the liquor disappears. Like, this is just not, and things are still shitty. It's not like when I come back and the liquor's gone, but everything's better. I still feel bad. Mm-hmm. Things are still shitty. Mm-hmm. But I've spent a lot of money on alcohol at this point. So I was just like, you know what? Nope. I tap out. And so for a good day and a half, I didn't drink at all. And then I started drinking again.
A whole day and a half, though?
A whole day and a half.
Wow.
I feel like I should get a little bit of credit. In the past 8 to 9 days, the fact that I did take a day and a half break, yay me.
Okay, sure.
Have you taken a day and a half break?
This is not about me.
That's my point. Because it's real easy to mock me about my day and a half break, but then you have to ask yourself a question.
I have taken days
since he got sworn in.
Yeah.
Days.
Yeah.
What days were those?
Not consecutive days. Okay. But it's not. I mean, like yesterday, I didn't have anything. I was just hanging out.
Not one glass of wine, not a mimosa, nothing.
Nope.
I'm
got up
surprised.
and went to class, and then came home and cried myself to sleep, and then woke up and went to hang out with my friend Zara Norbash. Hi, Zara. She's the best. She does Good Muslim, Bad Muslim, and we needed each other yesterday after the events of the weekend. So
what's Good Muslim, Bad Muslim?
Good Muslim, Bad Muslim is a renowned podcast.
Okay.
With 2 women who are Muslim, and they talk about things, and they're funny.
Okay, because what I thought it was actually might be that. Like a Muslim playing good Muslim and a bad Muslim playing bad Muslim, and they question you like a buddy cop movie, and they're like, "What? Good Muslim? I'm the only one who thought that kind of connects to me, like good cop, bad cop. That's where the reference comes from, I assume."
Nope.
What does good Muslim, bad Muslim come from?
Like a good Christian or a bad, like if you are a lapsed Christian, you might call yourself a bad Christian. So good Muslim, bad Muslim came from the idea that who gets to decide who counts as Muslim and who doesn't, and exploring those themes in their own lives and, of course, in current events.
It's funny. I just made a comment about who gets to call themselves Christian just a couple days ago, and I know that's hilarious since I am an atheist. So it's like, Elon, why are you weighing on this? Because I have an issue with people, especially the fact that almost every time someone comes at me real froggy through social media, when I click back to their profiles, it's always like loving Christian father or something nonsense or whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Just real talk. I grew up in the church. Grandfather was a pastor. I taught Sunday school myself, was choir. I have some church cred. You know what I mean? And you know what? I'm willing to just say and have people come at me frog if they want. If you support Trump, you can't be a Christian. I'm willing. Now you can make the argument that Christians have historically been problematic in various ways, and I won't argue that. But I will argue that if the whole concept of Christianity about like what it's supposed to be, especially with the fact that it's based on Christ, then the whole idea of the New Testament and we're not under law anymore, we're under grace and all that other stuff. If we're gonna go with that argument, you can't argue that you support Trump yet you're a Christian, because Trump is the antithesis of so much of the teachings within Christianity.
Call him the Antichrist?
Huh? I was not, because I feel like I you know what the best, because it's. For me, that's going really far. Like, I know they called Obama the Antichrist on a regular basis. Like that was his nickname. It was like Barack the Antichrist Obama. Like that was what they called him.
Don't forget the Hussein.
I thought Antichrist was Hussein in a different language.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No. Well, it's exponential. It's like putting two of the same thing next to each other.
Okay.
Antichrist Hussein.
Okay, I mean, valid. I can go with that.
Which is why we need a Muslim ban, because Muslims are the Antichrist. Maybe, so you know how we used to always be like, oh, they're going to take this stuff out of context and make it sound like, our sarcasm is actually true and blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's going to be the thing that saves us. Like, somebody will just clip out me saying, like, Muslims are the Antichrist, and they'll be like, she cool. Nah, she all right.
No, that's not gonna help us.
It's true, because they're starting to check people's Facebook pages.
The fact that so let's just open this up. So, because I'm trying. Because we were off sometime in the last week with best ofs and stuff like that because of various issues, and so I'm trying to figure out where to even start with this. But so things have been ridiculous this past week since the Orange Demon has taken office, and it has reached some sort of I'm scared to say critical mass, because I don't believe there is one that we can reach here, because it'll just get worse and worse and worse, with a incredibly badly written executive order by our dude who works who says he runs the country, where they decided in order to stop refugees from entering the country, they put a ban on the countries that we're allowing people to immigrate from, like where we're accepting refugees from, what we're using for what the reasons for coming into the country, if you are in fact Christian or Muslim or something like that, that it actually weighs into this, and it was really badly written, because it even though, okay, I take that back, because people reading it was like, well, this is far reaching, it hits like too many spaces, too many people, and that was interesting. But right up until the DHS was like, so hey, we read it, and green card holders won't be affected by this executive order, basically stopping people from being able to enter the country. And then the White House was like, actually no, That's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. So as you're seeing on the screen, people were not pleased with this. They were not happy. And people took to the airports where people were being detained. I mean, everyone from like people who have worked with the U.S. government and U.S. military to a 5-year-old was being detained. And so people across the country went and flooded airports where people were being detained, saying no. And by the night, I believe it was by Saturday night, a federal judge in Brooklyn had said, so hey, no, I'm going to put a stay on this. No, I don't think the government actually thought about it. Actually, and Dara, by the way, this is what he actually said. I don't think the government actually thought about it, this through or whatever. And he said, no, stay, stop. No more stay. No more stay.
Don't do this.
What? No more stay? And then the White House had their staff ignore that because apparently that's what we're allowed to do. So I'm just
yeah.
So
the enforcers on the ground are actively ignoring it, which is. I just feel like, oh God. So on Holocaust
Memorial Remembrance Day.
Yes.
The White House puts out this executive order while also putting out a statement about Holocaust Memorial Day, actively not mentioning Jewish people. And when questioned about it, they said that was done on purpose because this White House is very inclusive and not just Jewish people died in the Holocaust. This is what they said. This is what they said. So on Holocaust Remembrance Day, they literally the day before that day, the day before Ryan was like, "This never again." This whole thing.
Oh my God! I almost just flipped off the camera.
Did you?
I had to actually stop myself because you mentioned him in that statement.
He's
wow!
Like, never again. And then all of a sudden, the next day, we start detaining people who didn't even know. Literally, people were already in the air. They didn't know. And because thing just starts. And his excuse for that was, well, if we would have told them the ban was coming, then really bad dudes would know that and get in immediately. Now you might think that Elon, like, that's a weird way to paraphrase the president. Like, really bad dudes. Like, no, he wrote the words bad scare quotes dudes could get in. So that's why they had to do it immediately. And it's massive success. Please note, there have been lawsuits across the country. The ACLU had to go in. That's the reason why they got the stay. Their ACLU literally raised $20 million in donations because people were like, oh my God, we need people to fight, whatever. Trump is going around. It's a massive success. People are really happy about it. Massive success. Massive. It's just great. It's wonderful. This is so we ignore Jews. Like, I mean, please note, in honesty, I would argue that the White House should have pointed out the various groups that were affected by the Holocaust, but that also might come back to haunt them when they have another EO executive order later this week, so they can't do that.
Oh, God.
So in the midst of so that's happening. While this is happening, Steve Bannon,
our President
Bannon, basically, or President Light, or I don't know what we're going to call him. He was then invited to work on the National Security Council because it's not because, like, a lot of people have reported that he was appointed to the National Security Council, Dara, but he wasn't quite appointed to it. He was given a permanent invitation into it so he can go in, but they pulled out the Joint Chiefs. So they restructured the National Security Council with Bannon being able to jump in like, at any point. And then took power from other people that were a part of it, took them out. So there's an attack on the National Security Council and an attack on Muslims and immigration that is not only affecting people who are supposedly Muslim, but affecting various people, affecting some Canadian folks. The UK was like telling their people, "Hey, don't worry, it won't affect you." Right up until the fact that America was like, "Oh, so hey, yeah, it totally is going to affect if they're dual nationals. Then no, that's not going to. If their other dual national citizenship comes from any of these places, it does affect. I don't care if they're from here." I don't care if they have citizenship here. Sorry. So UK citizens, F you, if you happen to fall into the wrath of America here. Please note, also of note, none of the countries that was banned were places that have been attacking us. Saudi Arabia, which had terrorists attacking us, somehow not on the ban. Oh, also, in the midst of this, he teamed up with Russia to fight terrorism. So National Security Council, Bannon. Now you got some of that. Let's redo the National Security Council. Oh, hey, let's do this immigration thing. And please note, Giuliani told on him because they kept trying to argue about how it's not a Muslim ban. But then Giuliani was like, so hey, he asked me how can we do this Muslim ban but make it legal. And so to find out this horribly written executive order, which is just terrible, actually was put together by people, and supposedly Jeff Sessions had a heavy hand in it. And Jeff Sessions wanted all of this stuff to happen day one. He wanted a shock and awe response from the White House so that so basically Congress and media would not be able to handle just the flood of things happening. Trump slowed it down a little because he wanted to try to control the news cycle for multiple weeks. So he's spreading it out, and so he's about to do a Supreme Court announcement tomorrow. There's a leak that there's an executive order coming out towards the LGBTQ community by the end of the week.
There's also a leak that there's a cyber security executive order coming tomorrow or the day after.
Yeah. So.
Well, let me tell you what. I am shocked and awed.
I don't know what I am. This is because you can't. And so, please note, as all this is happening, like literally, Americans are taking, not just America, like other places had like full on like people protesting out in the streets. The U.S. I was at the SFO protest, and they literally shut down international flights. Shut down. Just like people were blocking the escalators. You cannot imagine, like, I've never seen this many people in an airport. And I've been in airports.
Have you been in airports?
I've been in a lot of airports. And I was like, what the hell is this? And like the shot right there that's only one like gate. That like each gate looked similar to this. Mm-hmm. That's what was happening here. And this is just SFO. This was happening at JFK. This was happening in Atlanta. This was happening in Detroit. DFS. This was happening at Dulles. Dulles. I always pronounce it wrong. Dulles. I never, because I don't fly near it. I don't know. Dulles. Dulles is from the West Wing.
He's from the West Wing. He's not a
okay.
Dulles Hill.
So
right.
Now, please note, I've now confused myself with the amount of things that he just did, because I think I'm missing some stuff. So I'm like, wait, so he came in, multiple executive orders. He put an executive order to start the process of messing up Obamacare. I knew that. He then does the executive order with the immigration ban, puts Bannon on the security council, has access to the security council in a manner that is inappropriate and wrong. And if he was going to do that, people have made the argument that he should have had to go in front of Congress and actually do like a hearing. Like you can't just be a part of that, but apparently you can. And as all this is happening,
you are forgetting things.
What?
So you are forgetting things. The reversal of the abortion policy for NGOs.
The gag order. Yes, meaning that apparently if you even mention abortion as part of anything and you're getting money from America, we will not give you money. Mm-hmm. So that I forgot about that.
He also has filed not an official, but like a notice of the fact that he's gonna file for re-election in 2020.
Isn't that normal though?
Not this soon after you've been. No, it's not, because it changes if there's a different way that President Trump and candidate Trump are allowed to be treated, especially by nonprofits. So
so he wants to be treated.
He wants to be treated like candidate Trump, because then there's a lot of stuff that they're not really allowed to say about him.
Please also note that we don't really have a clear divestment of his holdings.
No.
So he's doing all this. He hasn't really. We don't know. They told us just be cool, and that it's fine. It's fine. Just he's okay. It's fine. While all this is happening, Spicer is just liar in chief at this point. Like I hope whatever he sold his soul for is worth it, because I don't think I could be this dude, because my job is just to go out and lie on a regular basis. Just lie. Just like he what are you saying that I could be that dude? What was that? You're like, maybe you could do that. What are you saying?
I don't think it's that hard. Like, to me, the fascinating part about Spicer is not that he's just lying. Like, I expect that to come from politicians, conservatives. It's like you see it all the time. I am actually more I don't know if aggravated is the right word or what, but that he is so bad at it. Like, he's so bad at it. He's bad at speaking. He's bad at communicating. And I don't know, you could argue that that's his job. So he shouldn't be as bad at it as he is, but he's horrendous at it.
But name someone who's good at their job currently in the White House right now.
Steve Bannon.
He's not good at his job.
He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's doing exactly what his intent is.
But that doesn't mean he's good at his job. That just means that he's good at being a horrible person.
Yeah, but his job is to be a horrible person. What do you say?
Because his job is as senior advisor to the president. And did you
hear what you just said? Senior advisor to this president. His job is to be a horrible person.
Is it? I don't think that's in the like in the job description for what he's doing. It's like wanted, it's like horrible person that can do these other things. I don't think that's not. I don't think that's how it works.
You think?
I mean, I don't know anymore.
But you don't know.
So
we have no idea.
So here's the thing. I come into the office. I come in the studio. Brent. Yeah, I'm telling you, Brent. Brent is like, so hey, is there any like legal protection that's offered from the company for people who work in the company? Just checking on that. For like there's some issues like by working here that is that legal? And I'm just like, I don't think so. I'm just like I literally our old lawyer we just had to resign for another position, so like we didn't even pick up a new lawyer. So I don't know. I don't know. So sorry about that. Let's just hope that we don't get in trouble.
The fuck? Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You can't just say that.
That's the thing, because in my mind, I wanted to say, like, this is silly. Like, guys, don't worry about that. But at the same time, as I was saying, I was like, I don't know. Like, I want to be, like,
it's
confident, like, this is ridiculous.
Reasonable expectation. Especially, I mean, like, look what's happening.
Madam, do you not hear? Like, I just, I'm trying to come to terms with all of it. I'm trying. I really am. Like, so there was a story, like by the way, because so this is all docket. Just like understand, like you're just getting like a bucket of docket at once. There's a story about this dude who was saying a lot of froggy shit to the president via Twitter. Apparently, he wrote one letter to the campaign, but he's saying that some froggy shit for the past year, like some like that could be vaguely looked at as threats to the president. Like he said something about people, thousands of people died from accidents or whatever. Why couldn't it be you or something like that? He had said something else. He said a couple things that were froggy, but he got investigated. But in the investigation, they contacted his job saying the Secret Service contacted his job saying that he had been saying these things. So he got fired for saying these froggy things. Please note, he hasn't been charged with anything, nothing, but he got fired because of it, which everyone's like, that's not how that's worrying. That's not how that's supposed to work. So when people say stuff now and they're like worried, they're like, Elon, what about this? I'm like, I want to be like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. But I don't know. I don't know. Because none of this. There was a 5-year-old in handcuffs, and Spicer came out today and said that gender or age cannot be used to decide how dangerous someone is. So just in case you weren't aware, 5-year-olds be dangerous as all get out. That nap game be taking people out. You don't see them coming. They eat your ankles.
Oh my God.
What? But they're like ankles. Like, I'm eating these ankles for Allah? I don't understand what is happening. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to like put it together and like, all right, this is why this makes sense. And because like you would think like the two things, like you would think that they would not defend not mentioning Jews on Holocaust Remembrance Day. You would think that they would not defend 5-year-olds in handcuffs, but yet
here we are.
That's now all normal. We find out now that Sessions not only as being put up there for this incredibly powerful position, but apparently he has the ear of like all of the important folks over in the White House. Kushner loves him, and Bannon would like just can't get enough, and he is the one who like put all this the planning around this. Yeah, this is. And Trump is complaining, saying like, they're making him wait for his confirmation. Oh, weird. Why would they do that?
Oh my God.
Have we gone mad? Did we? I'm trying to be reasonable.
Have we been sufficiently black?
No.
Yes.
No.
All right, guys.
It's not time yet.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes.
You said so many bad things already.
And I know, and like it was just like that cup. That's the thing, and that's the point. It's so overwhelming that you don't even know which one to like go. Like, no, that's the problem. No, that's the problem. No, literally, like, because I don't know where. Like, we might have spent an hour on any one of these points, or even one point of these points. We could spend an hour on, but we just had to get through all of that. And more is coming because, like I said, the shock and awe is just being spread out a little bit more. But more, it's a coming. Like the country is genuinely less safe now because of Trump. Do you understand that the UK actually had a petition and it reached over 1 million in less than about 24 hours saying, hey, could Trump not be allowed to make a state visit here? That's when you come and you visit, you see the Queen or all this stuff. That they were like, could he not do that? Because he's terrible and horrible, and it would what was it? Defile the Queen or something like that, whatever. And apparently they said that that's not, he's still allowed to come, and someone made a point of like pointing out like they have allowed other like basically dictators to come, so like why not Trump? Kellyanne Conway has taken the whole derail strategy and made it like her, that's now her signature style, right? Because McCain and Graham, I think Lindsey Graham, were like, so hey, this Muslim thing, not the greatest thing. Trump got on Twitter and was like, they're trying to cause World War III. Yeah. She was questioned on Good Morning America, hey, what does the president mean by this? I mean, he said that they were trying to start World War III. She then filibustered for about 10 minutes. The dude he was like, no, but it's a yes or no question. And like, no. She's like, no, you need to read the tweet and read all of the tweet. It's like, yeah, but what about the World War III part? And it's the same thing when she had like a nervous meltdown on one show where she was like started yelling about the fact like I did 35 minutes of television last week and the only thing that people took was alternative facts. What about the women, the 16 million women living in poverty? What? Like it's and Spicer was like because that's another thing. Trump was mocking Schumer because apparently Schumer teared up a bit while he was talking about all this immigration stuff. Trump then mocked Schumer, was like, the only issues. I forgot about the fact that Trump blamed the immigration issues on Delta having a glitch, which, by the way, the Delta glitch didn't happen until the federal court had already set out the stay. So that had not. You can't blame Delta on this, but that the president of the goddamn United States is blaming Delta. Then he blamed Delta. Then he blamed Chuck Schumer's tears. He actually said Chuck Schumer's tears. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Oh my god.
I don't. I'm
Oh my god! It's so like what even? What are we doing? What? Also, oh, I shouldn't go into that.
Someone has a theory, Dara, that the whole idea that we have like the nice little midterm thing there up there. They were saying that
gosh, that seems.
They was like, don't worry about that.
Impossible.
They're like, because you think by the time that
now.
happens, you think they're going to allow this to be a reasonable election around that. And at first I was like, maybe you're being a little. Because every time because I'm the one I like to consider myself the person who like rejects bullshit in general. Like no, that's ridiculous. You're going too far there. Like let's calm down here. Reasonable Negro likes to be reasonable, right? Mm-hmm. And then, but you keep showing me that nothing is reasonable at the moment. So all of my mechanisms of dealing are thrown out the window. I don't know what to do with any of this because nothing's reasonable. Nothing is normal. Like when you have like the president of the United States, first of all, deciding that his personal Twitter account is just way more awesome because it has more followers. So he keeps using that as opposed to POTUS or whatever. That's okay. Then he keeps attacking the New York Times and stuff like that. Please know he's already praised Breitbart. Okay. And he's using to the point like tech CEOs are terrified because people keep saying, well, why aren't they speaking out more? And people behind the scenes keep going like, because we're afraid that like he's going to say something and all of a sudden he's going to just tank the company because he can do that. Yeah. Because a tweet from the president could send your stocks plummeting. What? I'm trying to.
But now there's pressure on the other direction because there's this whole delete Uber thing.
Which yeah, I deleted Uber.
Did you delete your account or the app?
The app.
Okay.
Because I know that, and they say go inside. I'm like, for me, I was like, well, if they didn't get my money, do I have to really go in and like keep doing all those stuff as well?
But if they're reporting out numbers of user accounts versus active users, it still could not have the impact that you might want. But I did it as well. It's happened right after they made a Maps integration, a Google Maps integration that is beautiful.
And I hate Lyft. I hate Lyft with a bloody passion. And every time so I deleted Uber while I was at the SFO protest of the Muslim ban, and my first Lyft call after and forever, I'm like, do it, and the guy calls me, he's like, hello, where are you going? And I'm just like, oh damn it. And he told me, he's like, I'll be right there, and then cancel my ride. Yep. And then I had to just sit there and then do it again. And the whole time I'm doing it, like, at least sometimes this happens on Uber too. I don't want to pretend like Uber was magic, but at least it was cheaper. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, if I'm getting shit, at least it's cheaper, but at the same time, it's like, I can't even know. Now I'm paying more money and I'm getting the same shit. nah.
Yeah.
And then and then people were like, started talking about but I can't delete Uber and I feel bad. And I'm like, don't feel bad. Like, I deleted Uber because I could.
Right.
You know what I mean? The fact is that there are places where someone was pointing out that Uber is the cheapest car service because the cab service in their town is terrible and it's really expensive and they cannot afford to pay that.
Right.
And they need the service. And I was like, oh no. Just let me be clear here. Let me be clear.
No, don't.
I know it makes you feel bad. Did you see Obama sent a message?
Yeah.
Sent a message basically saying that he was happy to see Americans speaking out or whatever, which of course people got pissy about immediately. They're like, oh, why does the president already wait? It's been 10 days. Why don't you just stay out of it? Whereas other people were actually mad that he hadn't jumped in earlier because what can he do? Because there's a picture of him sipping a coconut with his shades on. Like he's I think he's in the British UK, the British Virgin Islands. And you know what? I was like, let that man cook. Let that man cook.
Like,
He has
how
dealt
is
with how much
everybody
nonsense.
talking about their own self-care and will not let this man have a week off after people crapped all over him for 8+ years?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
And still crapping on him.
Yes.
Still crapping on him right now.
Like, why isn't Hillary Clinton doing anything? Because you told her to go home,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's she supposed to do?
Now, the people who I do think should be saying something
Our current elected officials who ain't doing nothing.
on the day of early Saturday, most Democrats hadn't even weighed in on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Democrats, the party, the Twitter account was all, hey, Democrats are standing up. I'm like, are
you though?
Are you really standing up here? Okay.
Your constituents are standing up, certainly.
Right. And that's the thing. And I think that the Democrats are starting to freak out a little bit because the resistance genuinely has nothing to do with them. Nothing.
Wow.
People are out there and they're going to force. Basically, this is like people are going out there to do this on their own. And then they're like, and hey, you mother need to get up on this. But they're not waiting for the Democrats to get their shit together. Feinstein weighed in after she was rubber stamping all of Trump's confirmations.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're like, oh, we're gonna stop this. It was like, you are so lucky you were not running again. Because I forgot that she wasn't running, and I was like, primary the shit out of her. like everyone needs to be primary, and apparently there's 500 progressives all that have signed up to run for office in 2018 that are saying that they want to run. Because people are getting sick of this. It's like, I'm so tired.
I know.
And we're not even through week 2. This is the second week. This is the second week right now.
Wait, this is the beginning of the
Second week.
What?
Yeah. That's why I feel so bad for feeling overwhelmed. But at the same time, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, how are you not overwhelmed? Like with all this, if you're paying attention at all, you have to be overwhelmed at this point. This is not a reasonable thing that's occurring.
Right.
And it's a lot happening at once. And like I said, like that little fact about Bannon being invited but not actually on it. Like that's a little thing that would easily get through. And I'm like, I just happened to catch that as I was reading it and researching and all that type of stuff. And I'm like, what stuff am I missing? Because so much stuff is coming. Like, what am I off on? Because so much is happening.
Yep.
So much is happening. And what's next? Do you understand the only time I have felt anywhere near even kind of calm at all, Dara, was at the protest yesterday? Because I felt like I could feel the resistance. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like that in theory. It wasn't like seeing tweets. It was like seeing crowds of people around me, like going, "Trump's got to go," like whatever, all this stuff, and yelling, "Let them be free" or whatever. All this stuff. Like it was. There was a feeling, and I think it's like I was running around. I got my thing out. I'm recording stuff on Periscope. I'm doing stuff, whatever. And I was tired by at a certain point, but I didn't like first of all, at first I couldn't get home, but I was there and I was like, I'm exhausted. I'm so upset by so many things, but at least I feel the best I felt right now because I can feel the people out, and I feel like almost that's why you see people out there in such numbers, in such mass, because there are so many people at the same time that feel exactly like that. We're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. It's crazy. I don't know what to do. And you're like, well, there's people protest. I'm gonna go to the protest because at least I'm doing something. I'm not just sitting here because, like, that's what I imagine a lot of people feel. They feel powerless. You watch this happening. You see Trump doing all this stuff. You see these executive orders going down. You see these confirmations, and you're just sitting there going, like, what am I supposed to do? I'm literally watching shit fall apart. I'm watching it happen. What do I do? And when you feel like you can go do something, whether it just be hold a sign or something somewhere and just hold space. People are doing it. People were being asked to hold space at the Dara, you'll find this amusing. So I was at the
I feel like that's not true.
You're right. So I was at the I had moved my way to the front of the protest at one of the gates, and one of the women of color that was running it, she was doing the thing, and I'm there. I had my phone out or whatever. I had my press pass on and all that stuff, and all of a sudden one of the airline staff comes up to me, and they're like, "Hey, hi, can we speak to you for a second? We wanted to make a statement, and we just wanted to find out could we make a statement to the all crowd or whatever." And I was like, I'm not in charge of this. Like, that, it's these women right here, like with the microphones and bullhorns, and also who are all talking in Congress and doing and have been talking. It's not like I address the crowd in any shape.
I understand that, but I need to speak to a man in charge. Do you see where I'm coming from here? Because those people are in charge, but I sense they have ovaries. I mean, or maybe not, but they're just presenting in a way that makes me feel like I can't trust them with anything. So can you just give me permission?
It's not even like I had like on like a blazer, like I look like I was of import in this situation. I had a red hoodie on and my red trucker hat. That was it. And then my press pass. That was it. I mean, I had my camera and all that stuff, but clearly I'm press. Why are you asking when the women have come right there? This is it right there. So that was one thing. Oh, there was one time where some people were because they had shut down the whole international area. So there was one escalator that was going up to the air train, which was also shut down. Where some people decided that instead of just waiting or going outside for an Uber or something like that, or find out, they decided to climb over protesters. Now you might say, Elon, that's ridiculous. That's rude. Because actually, I posted a picture on Twitter of it because I saw it and I was like shocked. I was like, oh my god, that's great. And I posted a picture of it or whatever. And anyone. And so I saw the picture of it and I was like, well, that's odd. And then I saw that but apparently I was recording it at the same time. And as you can see here, people are literally climbing over protesters there. Literally climbing over the protesters to get past them. And you see the brother trying to talk to him and say, like, this doesn't, like, you can't, they're protesting and there's nothing even, the service is not up here. And they're like dragging, this lady would have dragged her bag over my body. And they were being polite. You can cut it back to me. And then Sage Steele or something. What's her name? Steele Sage. Something with a sage and a steel. You know what I'm talking about, Dara?
This sounds familiar.
Something about
Sage
Steele from ESPN.
No. Why you gotta be brown, girl?
So she weighed in. Because she was like, oh, I finally found out what the issue was that was causing all this delay in LAX, where she had to walk 2 miles with her bags to catch the plane, and she was very upset because there were people out here that were old and they were trying to get to their plane, and then you guys stopped it.
This woman isn't. She's from Panama.
Brown. Yeah.
She's not. Do you understand what I'm saying?
She's
from Panama. Yes. She was born in Panama.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Yup, that's fine. That totally tracks.
So this is why thousands of us dragged luggage nearly 2 miles to get to LAX, but still missed our flights. Fortunately, a 7-hour wait for the next flight to Houston won't affect me that much, but my heart sank for the elderly and parents with small children who did their best to walk all that way but had no chance of making their flights. I love witnessing people exercise their right to protest, but it saddened me to see their joy on their faces knowing that they were successful in disrupting so many people's travel plans.
That is the point of protest.
No, it's not. See,
It's to disrupt.
you have to be precise with your attacks. I don't think you understand. Like it's not about just like making people uncomfortable and just like disrupting them. You have to be very precise. I mean, that was what Morehouse kid who was going to graduate in like 2 years was trying to tell me on Twitter.
Why are you talking to children on Twitter?
I wasn't told that this kid jumped in my mentions about this and was like because he was defending the people that were climbing over the protesters, and he was defending them, and then
to say things like you just don't even have to say anything.
Because this type of this thought process is I love it because it's a faux. It's just like because over the week somebody jumped in my mentions and kept saying that like you don't have to be so angry. Donald Trump is working to make America better for everyone. Don't worry, it's okay. And I responded to them, "Go F yourself." But it was not an F. It was like, actually, and then they were like, "I'll pray for you," and I was like, "Take your prayers, shove them up your ass, because I don't want your prayer." And I had to like explain to people because like I could see like people get like, "Oh, Elon, oh," and I'm like, "Let me explain something to you." I said it earlier. I grew up in the church. I'm actually not one of those atheists who just like, you better not, like, I don't care if you pray. If you want to pray for me, you know what, thank you. To me, it's a positive thought that you care enough that to want positive things to happen for me. And I actually do believe in positive thoughts and stuff like that. Whatever. So
yeah, that's not even something to believe or not believe.
Right.
If
like,
you know people are praying for you, it can
like,
have a
thank
positive
you.
impact on you.
It's like, I appreciate that, but I will not. I am not good with people fake praying for me. With that, like I'll pray for you nonsense when literally you're ignoring, you're defending the dude who is causing the issues for me and my family and my friends, and also you're defending that, and me saying I'm upset by it, you're telling me I shouldn't be, and that you'll pray for me. Go F yourself. I don't know. And people like a couple people like, oh, Elon flew off the handle or whatever, and I'm just like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Don't faux pray for me. Don't faux pray for me, and so that's on one side. But then there's the people who will say stuff like this because they say it because they feel like it makes them seem like they're above it all. They get it. Like, oh, I mean, don't you understand? People were traveling. They don't want to be disrupted. It's like, okay, you do what? You do realize what? Anyway,
you think that was your understanding issue? It was like, what are they even doing? Why are they at the airport carrying all these things around? Oh, they were traveling? Oh, well, now I understand.
Well, they're traveling, and they're trying to get to places, and it's not fair. It's not fair to. I love it because Ebro from Hot 97 weighed in. He was like, he agreed with Sage Steele saying that regular people shouldn't get caught up in this. I'm like, so who do you think the people that were being detained were they not regular people?
That's disgusting.
Regular people shouldn't get caught up. Like, regular people shouldn't.
Actually disgusting. Regular people. What is that?
Regular people. Just trying to get to get where they're going, because people don't think of this as a human rights issue, and so they just think like it's just something like slightly political. Like, you guys are making this political thing, and you're making people uncomfortable now. They're having a hard time traveling. Like, I have to travel to New York tomorrow in the afternoon, and if all of a sudden the airport was clogged up and I couldn't get to my flight. All right.
Yeah, right. But you also would just be like, all right.
I mean, because I don't like traveling. I have terrible travel anxiety. I really hate it. And I'm actually kind of have a little thing I don't want to. But I have to go. It's a thing. I'm supposed to do it. You gotta go. So so I have to go do it. But yeah. But if all of a sudden I'm just like, okay, all right. Well, I mean, this is what am I like? And please note, money is involved in things like that. Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's a little bit bigger than me.
Oh, wait.
And stuff like that. Like, if let's say I was going to do a college gig. That was why I was going. I was traveling, going to do a college gig, and now all of a sudden there's a disruption. I can't get to the college business, and that means I cannot get paid. That means thousands of dollars that I might have gotten paid for doing a gig I no longer can get. I am not wealthy, so $1,000 would impact me a great deal. Does that mean that my gig is more important than the humanity of the various people that are being detained or being hurt by these policies that cause this massive disruption? Like, I'm not mad at the people that disrupted. I'm mad at the government that caused these people to have to go out to cause this massive disruption.
Right.
Like, I actually like it's in IT. Like, you guys know I'm an ex-IT guy. In IT, you're always looking for the point of failure. Like, where is the part here? So, like, when you go in, you're going to troubleshoot a problem. Like, my computer doesn't work. First question that IT person will ask you is, Dara,
did you try turning it off and turning it back on again?
yes, and or hold on, did my microphone just go out? Oh, there it is. And or they'll ask you, is your computer plugged in? Because you'd be surprised how many times I have showed up places and the problem was the computer wasn't plugged in or like the surge protector was off and they were like freaking the hell out. And it was like something like stop your computer. All right, fine. Is you getting power to your desktop? Okay, cool. What's the next thing? What would be the problem? Oh, is your monitor on? Like, is it getting power? If you can work on your computer, is your keyboard working? Like basic things. These are things that you have to look at first before, because that's how you troubleshoot. You have to stop and go like, where is the problem actually starting from? And so in troubleshooting protests and disruption like this, you can't start with the crowd. You know what I mean? Because like, they're not there because for fun. They're there because basically, imagine if all of a sudden your internet went out and so you had all these emails you were trying to send out and you couldn't. And so now they're all clogged up and now they have to wait to get out in the server. Mm-hmm. That means that it's going to be some time. Internet went out. So I can get mad at my email software for not sending the emails, even though it couldn't send the emails. Like, no! Stop! Look at where the problem actually is. The problem is not the protesters. The problem is the actions that have caused the protesters to come out. And you should be mad at that. If you're walking 2 miles to get to your flight, you should be like, God damn Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. God damn it. I hate that guy. Like, I hate him so much. But no, climb over the humans that are sitting there going like, who just literally are out there to protest the banning of people from Muslim countries and being detained, and just this horrible stain that we currently have on us. It's not like America exactly had a clean shirt on in the first place. And that's the part that I feel like sometimes in the midst of my outrage, I also have to point out but at the same time, America has been sucky for a while, but it just wasn't this blatantly sucky. It was sucky light. It was like COINTELPRO sucky.
Which is pretty sucky.
Like hiding sucky, like behind things, like spy versus spy sucky. But now it's just like, we suck. What you gonna do about that?
Yeah, that's one thing I have noticed about America is that its arms are always up here now.
I mean,
saying, what you gonna do about that?
I'm not to be funny. Do you when you hear Trump saying all that wackiness? Do you think Trump is sitting there calmly like? I imagine him in the Oval Office, literally with his arms up like that, with his really tiny hands, and just like, what are you gonna do about that? This is ridiculous. I'm so angry. Don't they know I'm the effing president? Which apparently he yelled out, according to one of the anonymous accounts. There's a couple of anonymous Twitter accounts that are supposed to be staffers that work inside the White House, but they're anti-Trump. But they have a job there, so they like reporting things. They are leaking information about stuff that's happening. And apparently, one of the things that supposedly happened, I really hope it did happen, was that they heard behind a locked door Trump screaming, "Don't they know I'm the effing president?" Because he was talking about the protest stuff like that, and he was very angry about that. And I'm like, if that's the case, that just made my entire week. If Baby Hand is just like, I'm just so mad. Someone bring me a glass of water. What?
No,
I can't imagine he can hold the glass.
He only drinks soda. That's something that people have noticed already.
And he also apparently is terribly afraid of stairs. I don't know. It's a little thing. Apparently, there's a picture of him grabbing May's the Prime Minister of
Theresa May. UK.
Yeah, grabbing her hand, and he's a notorious germaphobe. Like I remember when I was little, just stack on stack on stack. Dara, you might find this amusing. This time maybe. So I was talking to Effanon Bennett, and me and Effanon Bennett used to work at the same company about 13, 14 years ago in IT, and it was a real estate company, and Donald Trump was a featured guest at this big event that was happening at the real estate company. And we didn't know who was there. And so, like, the event's happening, and they're like, and a special surprise guest. And then all of a sudden, you heard "For the Love of Money," which was his theme song for a while because of the Apprentice. Yeah. He heard "The Love of Money," and all of a sudden, like, I'm like, what? Who's that? And also, I didn't watch The Apprentice. I didn't even get the joke. And then all of a sudden, someone pats me on my shoulder, and I look up, and it's Donald freaking Trump. Now, this is I noted it because also the fact that, like, I had heard at one point that he didn't shake hands with anybody that didn't make $1 million or something like that. But apparently he's a germaphobe, not just that classist. But so fast forward 13 years, 12 years actually. The election is leading up. I think it might have still been primaries. I had a injury that was affecting my work. When Dara, you know about it, whatever, like I was having issues. I had frozen shoulder. And it was hurting like a great deal, like just like massive amounts of pain. I was like taking up the pills, my shoulder went out. I think at last Netroots. It was bad. I had this thing, and I'm like just barely getting through with pain meds and other stuff or whatever. It's physical therapy or whatever. And I brought up the fact that he had touched me. They were like, "Oh, so you're getting rid of that shoulder, right?" I was like, "Actually, the shoulder that he touched me on has been a great source of pain for about 1.5 years now." Coincidence? Or was this a warning I just ignored? Like, the universe, like, my shoulder was trying to tell me that something bad was about to happen. And the spot he touched me, literally as the election was getting more heated, became more and more painful. Now, please know, I am aware that this is not actually what happened, but did it?
I mean, why not?
I just like had I been able to know that what was the why I had this pain, and I could have gone to someone, you know what I mean? Like, listen, Trump touched me, and I've been having immense pain in that same spot. He's gonna win. He's gonna win. No, Elon, he's gonna. You tell my shoulder that. My shoulder was psychic. This is clearly an episode of some sci-fi show that you don't know yet.
Because your shoulder is psychic. Is that what you just said?
Or maybe I'm psychic in general, Dara, and I just don't know how to read it, and then it comes out in different ways, like pain in my shoulder, or insomnia, or just other things or whatever. Like, little I know, maybe I'm like I don't know.
If pain and insomnia are the only things you have to be psychic, I'm magic.
No, but you have to also connect to other things like Trump touching, and then you becoming that guy. Orange Demon. But yeah. So just in case you wanted to know, I could have stopped all of this. Also, I could have just kicked him in the shin or something when we were in the same room, and maybe I could have changed the timeline. You know what I mean? Just like we're probably in an alternate universe because I didn't do my job.
Oh, I said, was it Sunday? I think Saturday or Sunday. I said like, oh, we're in the Upside Down. That's where we live. So,
I don't know what that means.
You don't watch Stranger Things?
No.
Why?
Because I put it on and I felt like it was being quirky to be quirky, and then I stopped watching it. I know everyone loves it. I'm not fighting with them. I notice I'm not beefing. I'm not like, I don't like Stranger Things. I'm like, I watch it and I don't care. I just don't care. Like, it's lovely. I don't care, and so I couldn't watch it. And then the next show that I was forced to watch because they're like, oh, watch this, and then we can watch Stranger Things, was the OA, and then that just ruined everything. I'm like, I refuse to watch anything now because OA was horrendous, and I actually watched all of that.
Why did you do that?
Because my wife.
It was obviously horrible from the very first episode.
I had a small Jewish woman sitting there. I just want to see. It's kind of interesting. I want to see what happens next.
What?
I just want to see what. And I was like, I
have literally never been more angry at a television show than I was after watching the OA. The only thing that even comes close was the final episode of How I Met Your Mother. Both times where I felt physically violent towards something that I couldn't touch.
Let's not do this right now because I can go in about the OA and my wife forcing me to watch it. Because I remember at the end of the first episode, I was like, nope. I literally said, nope, not doing this. And my wife's like, come on, please. I think it's okay. I think it's going. I'm like, I don't think. Fine, because we don't watch a lot of shows together. Because that's and so when we do have something that we could possibly watch together, I give things a little more space than I would. Like if it was me, I would just like. I don't think I could have got through the first episode altogether. I would just like, nope, nope. But I did it, and then now it's stained my soul. Like I have to live with the fact that I saw the OA. I feel like I feel about the OA the same way I feel about Two Girls, One Cup. Like I saw it, and I'm upset. I feel dirty about it. I feel like I shouldn't have. Huh?
Why'd you see it?
Two Girls, One Cup?
Yes.
Because at the time it was a thing that was happening, and people were
I
just
knew
like,
it was a thing that was happening.
and people were like, and people would put it in front of you. Like half the time, people would just put in front of you, like, "Hey, watch this thing." You're just like, "What? What's happening? Oh my god!" And you like freak the hell out. And yeah, that was yeah, that happened. I saw Two Girls, One Cup at my old at an old job because my coworkers were like putting it on, and I was like, "What is it?" I was like, "Ha!" Yeah, that was terrible. But I feel like the same way about the OA. Just as so that disgust.
Jeez, those are strong words.
They aren't much stronger than yours. You just said that you just threatened physical violence. I'm just.
That's what was so enraging because it's a TV show and you can't actually hurt a TV show, and so I just had this like bubbling inside me and no space for it.
No. And the thing is that a lot of people still haven't seen the OA yet, so I can't properly rip it a new one. Like I can like go in about Prometheus on a regular basis because Prometheus has been out long enough that I can when I need to rip Prometheus a new one, I just do it. Whereas OA is still newish enough and it's on Netflix. I'm like I still can't really yell about it what I want to because I hate it. And actually, it was funny. I started tweeting about Emerald City on I think Friday or Saturday night, and someone was like, "This is the first non-coup tweet I've seen in my timeline all day." And I was like, because I can't keep it going. And they were like, thank Christ. No, I don't think anyone can. I just let people know, like, hey, sometimes I'm just going to be talking about ridiculous shit, and that's what I'm going to do. And I was talking about Emerald City, which I dig. Are you watching Emerald City?
No.
There's a Latina Dorothy.
I don't even know what is it on?
Channel 4, NBC, Hulu. And I just love the Wizard of Oz universe. I'm a big fan of that. There's certain things that
I've heard really good things about it.
I didn't think I would like it, but like it actually so far for being a reboot of being basically one of those like dark reimaginings, which is what like that Riverdale show, which I refuse to watch, but I think I'm gonna watch it one day when if I have a couple drinks. I'm gonna try to watch Riverdale because I think that's probably just hilarious if you've been drinking. But I actually watched Emerald City like sober, and I was like, I like this. I feel bad because I know this is like literally just like dark, like what would happen if Dorothy was a Latina?
That's so trite. Oh boy.
I like it, but please note one of my plus sides for the show. I'm like, Dorothy's a Latina. I dig that. What?
But you won't watch Jane the Virgin.
What? That's not okay. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. So clearly, my issue is not with a Latina lead. My issue.
Why are you talking like that? What are you doing?
What? I'm talking about Latina leads in movies and film and TV shows, and you're mocking me. I don't know why.
This is all my fault.
It's clearly your fault, Dara. You're gonna bring up Jane the Virgin just only because it's another show with another Latina lead, and that's not. I mean, that's pretty racist. On you, I would think that you're just putting those two together just because look, there's a Latina over here, there's a Latina over here.
Latina lead, and that's
why don't you just start doing some salsa dancing while you're talking about the shows, Dara? I mean, if you're just gonna be this racist.
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm done. I'm finished. So it's been real, everybody.
Dara, have we been sufficiently black?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. It'll make you feel better.
What happened?
Watch Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Okay, I don't even know what that is. All right,
that's why I'm telling you to watch it.
Okay, well, your face is watching it.
Good night.
Did you just push your microphone away? That's not, madam. I said, cut the camera to her. You see that? That is, see, black people. Right there.
Well, I guess I'm sufficiently blessed then, ain't I?
Maybe. Brent, we black, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Green.
What?
I'm green.
Your last name is Green. No, you're not
I
Green.
am green. I'm not black.
Oh, God. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not do this. Let's not do
Save
this.
it.
And so,
I'm black.
thank you. Goddamn, Brent. It's a goddamn problem. Just like everyone's a problem. All right, folks, we'll be back here tomorrow, in theory. As long as the internet allows us to be here. And that there's not some sort of executive order that decides like what's allowed to be put out there as media or not, and what can be broadcast, stuff like that. I'm just like, I don't know anymore. I don't know. Thank you guys for watching and listening. I didn't even say have a pleasant day.
What? I ain't even say anything yet. Hey, they say the blacker the merry, you know the sweeter the juice. Time for this weekend blackness, so everybody get loose. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof. Smell like something on fire, ayo, I think it's the roof. It's like black steel, black soul, black pain, black power, black people. Can you lend an ear for a couple hours? I don't make it rain. I don't care about your chain. This weekend blackness.